Miles Davis personifies the link between jazz and heroin. This week's album does the same for their younger brothers, hip-hop and marijuana. Presented to you by a tipsy 40-year-old talking about when hip-hop was real, despite this being outsold by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. It's The Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest.
I'm Q-Tip. I'm an Aries. I'm a sick puppy.
I'm Fife, and I rhyme along with him.
Released in 1991, the album came hot off the success of People's Instinctive Travels, not just commercially either. After finishing that album, they didn't want to stop what they had going, so they just kept recording. The album wasn't an immediate success, even in the hip-hop charts, only reaching 13, but it kept selling over time, reaching gold in 92 and platinum in 95. Even though this was the setup album for more commercial success, it has plenty of love from critics. It's on tons of greatest ever lists and only one that matters. That's right, an all-time album where we can completely ignore Rolling Stone, Pitchfork, and NME. It feels good. That's because it was released in the 90s, when the Source magazine still mattered. Nothing else mattered as much as them giving you 5 mics on release and putting it in their legendary 100 list in 1998. But you don't want to read some list from 20 years ago. That might accidentally expose you to 80s rap. Luckily for you, we're here to break this classic down. The Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest.
So we're not doing the intro on this one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because I thought we were replacing the intro.
No, we're not doing the intro. No. We're just... You want to introduce us?
I'm Sid.
And I'm Shane.
And this week's album,
For the weekly roundup.
is
Second one.
The Low End Theory by A Tribe Called Quest. A Tribe Called Quest. Not
Yes.
Tribe Called Quest.
The Low End Theory, not a.
Oh. Freaking artistic black people.
Right.
We'll cut that out.
We forgot to say that we're adding the description to the album below, so we're going to make sure we do it on this one.
That's right.
There is a link in the description to the album below if you'd like to follow along or listen after you're watching this wonderful content. It's up to you, really. Alright, so, the Low End Theory.
That was a rough start.
It's early, I'm tired.
Alright, let's get going.
Alright, let's do this. Track 1, Excursions.
Great bass.
Mm-hmm.
Great bass. There's a sample of The Last Poets that I really like. That at first I hated. I was like, it makes the.
Who
song-
are the Last Poets?
The first rap group?
The first rap group.
Kinda, yeah.
80s.
No, like 74.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
early,
okay.
early.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. When people talk about like the first rap and they want to be dickbags, it's Bob Dylan
Subterranean Homesick Blues.
and then the Last Poets album.
Okay.
And that wasn't really hip hop, but like a lot of the influence, African Bambaataa, listened to it growing up, type of thing. It's not good.
I try to stay away from urban.
I was really worried where you're going with that. But there's, I think it's a trumpet on the chorus.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but I really like it.
Yeah, I was so focused on the bass and the drums in it because it sounds unbelievable.
And there's not a lot of standout lines, but the flow is just perfect to me.
That's what I put. You can tell right off the bat where like his voice and his flow match so perfectly, and it's like it's got to be one of the most smooth and just soothing type of flow in hip hop ever. Just you just kind of like look up and the song's over, and you're like, oh, he probably said a bunch of stuff in that verse that I did not catch.
So I have it tier 3.
Okay. I had it tier 3, and then as I went along with the album, I noticed there's a lot of songs like it, so I put it down to tier 2, but that could have just been ear fatigue.
I had it at 2 and then moved it up.
Oh, so we're opposite.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I had it originally at 3 and then I moved it to 2, but it's, either way, it's a low 3 or the highest of the 2 can be, so.
It's real good.
It's
our analysis of all the songs we like.
It's good.
It's real good. You should listen.
Oh, also, if you didn't watch the first video, tier 3, is the highest. Tier 2, the middlest.
Oh, the middle. Oh, I forgot my bit.
Yes, and Tier 1 is lowest.
Okay. And I just want to say, if you haven't watched the first video, where the fuck do you get off? Just start with the first one and then come back.
Go in order. Come on, guys.
Who the hell do you think you are?
And like every single one.
After you subscribe.
Alright, track 2.
Bugging Out and Bugging Out.
Bugging Out. First off, the best song on the album.
Yeah. The first verse is so corny.
I love
but
it.
it doesn't even matter because the beat is just, like, never had a cavity.
But it is the greatest, like, opening verse ever in a song. Like, it's unbelievable. I can quote the whole thing. I do quote it, like, once a week, a line from that.
The number one thing
verse.
I wanted to point out about this, and I noticed it as I was going through, there's so many Arsenio Hall references.
I know, I was gonna say, there's like half the album, there's one in, like, each song. Like, it's, yeah.
And I just wanted to shout this out, because you don't see it a lot in hip-hop. There's a line on this song and a line on the next song, where on this one he's like, not the best, not the worst. Yes. And on the next one he's like, not too modest and not a lot of pride.
There you go.
Oh, look at him settling, being realistic.
This is 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of this, I'm the best.
No, I'm good.
I'm not too modest, but not a lot of pride.
5-foot assassin.
With the roughneck business.
Well, like Gravity.
Okay. Oh, never had a cavity. 80s rap.
It's awesome.
It is
I put, once again, bass and drum tones. I'm like, this is going to be a regular thing. I would assume, and it does continue to be a regular thing.
Yeah.
The song is, if you saw the documentary, they kind of put it where it's like, this is the emergence of Phife Dawg. Like, this is like his moment. Because on the first album, he's especially kind of just whatever. Like, he's not what would become Phife, and this is like
his
boom. This is like boom. Yeah. He's here. It's a group. It's about as equal as it's gonna be when you're partnered with Q-Tip. But this is when Phife really hits his spot. So that's a huge part in hip hop history. What else do I have? Oh, how is this not a single? Never released. Even after the album was released, and this has never put it out.
Just from the start, you're like, oh, this should be on the radio.
Alright, track 3.
Oh, by the way,
Tier 3. Tier 3. Best song on the album. Yeah. Track 3, Rap Promoter. Thoughts?
It's okay. The beat is just good. It's hard to follow up. Bugging Out. I do like the call and response with, well, I'm leaving.
I love that. I have it on the top of Tier 2.
Yeah, Tier 2.
Okay, yeah. It's short. I have a soft spot for that line, but I know it from Mos Def has a song.
Many of them, actually.
Okay, but Mos Def has a song where he actually bites or pays homage. That's when you don't have to pay someone.
Yeah, it's bites if you're rivals and pays homage if you're friends.
It's respect. Okay, yeah. He actually says that I'm leaving in one of his songs. It's the memories don't live like people do. They always remember that one.
Okay.
It's not on any of his albums, but I have a soft spot for that line. So when I heard it, it felt like, oh, that's where he got it from. So maybe that's like just like part of me loving that so much. That's like, oh, that's where it came from. So I gotta pump it up to like top of the Tier 2. So that's where I had it at. Yeah, quick song, doesn't grab you the same way Buggin' Out does, but as we'll get into this, what really does. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, top Tier 2, awesome song, short and to the point.
Now we probably have our disagreement because do you want to go ahead and get your hatred of this song out of the way?
Track 4.
Yeah.
Butter.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was just praising Phife and the emergence of Phife Dawg, and then it all goes away on this one. I do not like this song. Any song that tries to rhyme flow and hoe is not worth any time, and it's this super outdated, weird 90s thing where it's like a guy trying to talk about a woman and like trying not to be misogynistic and awful, but is super misogynistic and awful, and it's just like, I don't, in 2019 it just sounds weird and I don't really got time for it.
So, I have it in Tier 2.
Okay.
And what you say about flow and hoe and all of that is correct. But they've been really low end throughout the album. And there's like a change of style. They bring in like a high synth and a follow up like R&B bass line. It's low on tier 2, but there's enough of the beat and like interesting stuff there, and that it was needed in the album because it kind of kicks a little bit higher as we go on. That I'm like, okay, it has some merit.
It's a lot of Fife Dog.
It has some merit.
All right, on to the next one. Track 5.
Verses from the Abstract.
Verses from the Abstract.
So I really like this song.
Yeah.
I really fucking like it.
Yeah.
The first line that I want to shout out is, girls love the gym because it causes crazy friction when it goes up in and fluctuates the diction.
Yes.
Yeah, that's such a just clever little way to do it. And there was a moment I noticed, and this is how I noticed that it feels more like a freestyle song, because he doesn't swear.
No.
He's like, if I don't pursue, then I don't give a, and then the little hi-hat comes in. And I'm like, that's just knowing what you're doing.
Exactly, right on the point, yeah.
And there's this great Mary J. Blige-esque, without like the depth, backing female vocal that comes in. And it's the most freestyle jazz song on here, including the introducing a slightly out of key, overperforming bassist. Yeah,
Ron Carter.
it's such, which is weird because there's a track on here called "We've Got the Jazz." What jazz we've got? Jazz. But this is easily the most like we're clearly also influenced by jazz. Song on the album. Yeah, and there's parts that
I would assume that's more Q-Tips.
Yeah,
rather than Fife.
So I have it on tier 3 because you're really not getting that perfect blend of jazz and hip hop and R&B on many songs. It's just a really hard combo to find, so I excuse the Ron Carter introduction and the slightly overperforming bass that sometimes goes out of key and isn't fun. It's just everything else is so good and so hard to find. Tier 3 for me.
All right. I have it about as high up as a tier 2 can be. Not quite tier 3. I kind of held back on this because there's a lot of songs that I character votes. It wouldn't be. I'm trying to be the most objective because I have such a soft spot for this album that I tried to. Maybe I was too critical on it to kind of counteract, but I have it as like top tier 2, but an awesome listen. Yeah, you was talking about the gym and the friction and all that. Him talking about women is hilarious after Fife talking about women because it's like he does it and it doesn't sound like the most cringeworthy, terrible thing. Like it's clever, it's funny, and after like Fife being like flow and hoeing, it's like men and women got to stick together. It's like what? Like it just shows the juxtaposition between the two.
Flow, check.
Yeah, except for flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, instrumentation's amazing, Q-Tip's amazing, and I've never really seen this in rap, but Q-Tip at the end of the song sneaks in a "God damn it," which I don't hear a lot of "God damn it's" in hip hop. That's not. There's a lot of words used, a lot of inappropriate language, but "God damn it" is never one of those. I hope we can say that on.
I've already sworn.
But I mean, that's a bit more
accepted than.
Well, no, it's more offended to people. I'd say you can say like a lot,
actually, but I would actually.
So sorry if anyone, but.
You hear "gosh darn" more in hip hop because making fun of white people.
Yes, we apologize to the South. We're from the South.
Some of it's your fault.
First it was Europe, last video. Now it's the South. We're making so many friends in this.
But what's great is all the Europeans can come here expecting to just get more mad at us and then laugh at Americans.
Yeah, join the team.
Yeah, come on.
We got the common enemy.
America.
America's
common enemy.
Okay. Yeah, so top tier 2, love it. And then we got Show Business. Track 6.
So you know how you felt about Weeping Wall?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
EU 80s music is pretty much my biggest note here. There's bad shouted hooks.
That's what I said too. I said the guest features. I'm like, oh, I love the 80s rap with the features.
It's so bad. There's an aged beat. The flow sucks. The rhymes aren't great.
I like the beat, actually. It's funny because we agree, but for different reasons.
It just feels older.
Yeah.
It feels really aged. Like, for example, you remember Paid in Full, obviously?
Yeah, Eric B. and
the thing we listened to once
Yes.
Because we had to.
Because
And
it's golden age. Back when music was music. The 80s.
Oh, you're a trash decade. Anyways, you know, some of the beats are good, but you just, the production quality and the instrument, you're like, I'm out. That's how I feel with this. So tier 1, I'd skip it.
Yeah, I have it top of tier 1. I said it's a decent song. I don't mind the beat. But another thing I hate in themes of music is talking about being a music artist. It's the most pretentious thing you can possibly do. It's like, none of you can relate to this unless you're also a music artist, but we're just going to talk about it for 3 minutes and it'll be great. It's not self-indulgent at all.
No.
No, why would it be self-indulgent?
We're following it up with a 9-minute instrumental inspired by the towns we saw on the road, by the way.
There you go. Yeah. Also not self-indulgent.
Yes. We're doing it for the fans.
So yeah, I have it tier 1. It's near the top. I like the beat. I like the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
The 80s guest rap doesn't strike anything, and yeah, just the theme I'm not a fan of.
Okay.
And then we have track 7, Vibes and Stuff.
I love that title.
Vibes and Stuff.
I don't like that song.
Okay. Worse than Show Business?
No, but it also has 80s flow.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first song for me that is ruined by age.
Wow. Like
The
your age
mix.
or the age of the album?
The age of the album.
Okay.
The mix is so bad.
Mm.
Like, the vocals are good on almost every other song on here. But on this, like, the bass is, like, shoved in right here. So, like, it cuts off part of the vocals and they, like bleed together and it's hard to hear. And I'm just like, I'm out.
Yeah. You listen to it on your AKGs?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I just did speakers.
Yeah, no. It was not good.
Okay, I didn't fully catch that. That's why
It was
I asked.
so in there.
So you have it
Tier 1.
tier 1. I have it at bottom of tier 2. That's the difference from AKGs to speakers, is that you get a little more. Bump you up.
Use quality headphones. They will ruin things.
The things they should.
Like vibes and
I-
stuff.
I guess, yeah, it can't be that great of a song if my favorite part of the song, as I wrote, it's nice to know that Fife weighs about 150 pounds, like me, so it's relatable, and that all he does is write rhymes, eat, drink, shit, and bone, which is probably the goal in life. That sums me up.
Also, just want to point out another Arsenio Hall reference.
Shout out to Arsenio Hall.
He was bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it's because, like, history's rewritten it as, like, the greatest tragedy. Like, how did this guy get a TV show? Like, what is this?
Okay.
Yeah, and I just said, like, I'm glad we agreed, because I was like, am I in a lull, or, like, all the songs just kind of, like, the past couple just kind of, like,
Yeah,
blah.
no,
But it turns out you felt the same way, so, yeah, it wasn't just me. So, we are now halfway around the album. We need some shock. We need some intensity. We need excitement. And that brings us to track 8, Infamous Date Rape. Not what I thought I was gonna. That's not what I wanted.
Oh boy, we're not touching this. No. If you've listened to the first 5 seconds of the song, you'll know why. So our tier is it's the 90s.
It's the 90s, 2019.
It's like the Cosby Show. We're not even reviewing
it's
it.
like
We're
Bill
not
Cosby. We're not reviewing it.
We're leaving it alone and we're moving on.
Mm-hmm, yeah. To the excitement and awesomeness that follows vibes and stuff. Because track 8 doesn't exist.
I was passed out for it.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Track 9. Check the Rhyme. Oh, nice. I wonder if that was intentionally done.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'll give it to him. That's clever.
The beat is just incredible. It's similar with the other amazing From the Second You Hear It song, Buggin Out. You just hear that bass and you're like, oh.
Yeah. This is
oh,
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I noticed that Fife
Mm-hmm.
does almost a comedy bit where he just, like, the flow stays in the same pocket for the whole time. There's no variations except, like, within them, within the actual line, but the structure is still all there, right?
Yeah.
But he keeps changing it up. And after a little bit, it gets a little stale. And then he keeps doing it, and then you're like, you come back, because that's when, like, the...
We could almost splice, like, Sideshow Bob hitting rigs overrated. Like,
and then eventually
it's not
it gets
funny, and then it keeps happening. You're like, this is great. This is the best thing ever.
And he comes up with some of his, like, I think that's the 5'3". I forget which line made me come back in, but by the end I'm like, this is actually
He
incredible.
loves talking about his height and weight.
Well, wouldn't you if you were that height?
If you're 5'3", 150 pounds.
Yeah, you have to let people know, or else when they see you, they're like, why are you so small?
I mean, the 5-foot assassin is probably one of the greatest.
The roughneck business.
The roughneck business. Tier?
3.
Yeah, I have tier 3 too. Obviously, it's an amazing song, and for good reasons. The main single.
Yep.
So I can't fault that. I mean, it comes to taste, but it's bugging out this tomato, even though no one says tomato. But yeah, awesome song. The horns at the beginning are unbelievable. I think they go in the chorus too. Like the intro and then the chorus, they have the horns.
Oh, I forgot to mention that poor Q-Tip gets the big boy treatment here.
The big boy treatment.
It's when you have a really good verse, but your partner is Andre 3000, or in this case, Fight Dog, and you're
overshadowed.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do.
Let's try to get that to be like a thing.
Oh, is it done?
You got big boy.
I just assumed.
Love it. And yeah, I also like something you didn't touch is the conversational style.
Mm-hmm.
On the first and third, where they're like,
was it
a couple bars? Yeah, they actually like have a conversation. I think that's really cool, and that's an awesome thing to have like as your lead single, because it's like we're buddies.
Mm.
We even like rap on same verses together, and yeah, it's, love this song. And for me, this is when the album really starts finding its place.
Mm.
Not all the songs are amazing until the end, but I like the vibe of everything.
It's great albums are like baseball players. You get into the Hall of Fame about your second half, not your first half.
Oh, I was gonna say Dominican.
Great albums are all Dominican.
They're all Dominican.
No, but if it was just the first couple songs, this wouldn't be an all-timer. But just like how you have to have a good 30s to get to the Hall of Fame in baseball, it's the second half that propels it to top notch.
Track 10. Oh, did I say I had tier 3?
Yeah.
Tier 3.
Yeah.
That I'm bugging out. Everything is Fair.
Good sample.
I love the sample.
The beat for me doesn't quite come together, and the verses are just good. I don't really care about the story.
We're in sync on this.
So
actually,
it's like,
this is cool.
It's a low end tier 2 to me. There's interesting stuff. I love the doo-wop sample.
Yeah.
They do a really good job of mid verse introducing something.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do it with I'm Leaving too.
Yeah.
Tier 2, low end tier 2. Man.
I
don't skip it.
I said the exact same thing. I said the sample is so mega and it sounds so great that it tricks you into thinking this is the top song on the album. Like, that's literally what I wrote. Like, it's a good listen, like you said. Like, we literally said the exact same thing on it. The sample carries the song, and they kind of just do whatever with it. I don't know the original, so I don't know how that sounds. So I would maybe suggest listening to the original, but I can't.
If you like funk music from the 80s. Or was it 70s?
Funkadelic 70s, I would assume.
Because I don't know what's Parliament and what's Funkadelic. Why would you start two bands with the same people and call them two different names? I don't know.
Okay.
I hate it so much.
Not the song, though.
No, not the song.
Not the
just
song.
George Clinton.
Song is good. It's average. It's about as average as can be.
It's decent.
Yeah. All right. Track 11, Jazz We've Got.
Oddly not the jazziest song on the album. So I have this high up in tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good flows. There's a good beat. I like the line, even though it's a little corny and entitled.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really mind if it's over your head, because the job of resurrectors is to wake up the dead.
That is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's corny and a little talking down, but I like it. And the reason I have it higher in tier 2 is because I'm a sucker for a Caribbean accent.
Oh, I love that too. Yeah.
And he's got the Shabba Ranks mention.
I
heard
said that.
I'm like, oh yeah.
I love how Fife starts it off.
Yeah.
I'm like, good man, Fife. Like that's a perfect
Come
time
sideways.
to hit something
It's
different.
so
It's
good.
great. Yeah. I have it as one of the 4 in tier 3.
Really?
This is the second single.
Really?
I
Which bad idea? Bugging Out. Bugging Out.
Bugging Out's a better song. I have this as like, this is, if you want to sum up what this album means and what Tribe Called Quest sound is, this is it. It's got the jazz. It's got the vibes. The percussion on it sounds unbelievable. Like, it's not the most exciting song. It's not the sexiest song. But if you consider yourself a fan and you kind of want to be douchey about it, this is your favorite song.
So you're telling me Tribe Called Quest is summed up by a decent but not amazing song that involves a little bit of...
All the things they get praised for
Yeah.
are showcased and highlighted here. I mean, something like a Ward Tour or something is a better song, but this is what you think when you think of like alternative rap in 1991.
It's not, but I can understand. Well, it's not for me.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, I have it tier 3, probably the lowest of my tier 3, but like, great song.
Okay.
All right, we're coming up to the end.
Not really, but...
Well, the next 2 songs are whatever. Track 12, Skypager.
I don't like the bass flute combo on this.
I actually said I'm like looking for things. I'm like, it's okay, but like, what's the main thing? I was like, oh, flute, like that's cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool little addition. They haven't done that yet.
But I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like 80s rap, and it's very 80s. And I don't like the voicemail hook.
Yeah, that was
sometimes
weird.
It can work.
I also have no idea what a Skypager is.
It's because it's not the early 90s. We have
Yeah.
phones and things.
Yeah.
We don't have beepers.
What's a Walkman?
Who walks anymore?
Yeah.
Don't you have Uber?
That's basically all I put. I was like, it's jazzy, but it's like the little brother to We've Got the Jazz, the flute I mentioned, and like I said, in 2019, I have no idea what a Skypager is, so I have it at the bottom of tier 2 or top tier 1.
I have tier 1.
Okay. 13, what is in my tier 1? It's the first funky song on the album, and it's sort of like George Clinton sounding, and Q-Tip's line of "What's a poet? All balls no cock."
That makes me
made me laugh out
Yeah.
loud. I was like, that's actually hilarious. But like, it's generic.
Mhm.
It just, as far as production goes, they've done so much better on this. So for me, it's kind of seems like the most sort of throwaway.
I have it on tier 2.
Okay.
I don't generally like gimmicks, but I can appreciate when someone pulls them off.
Mhm.
Like 22 Twos by Jay-Z. That's a gimmick, but it's good.
Yeah.
He pulls off the gimmick here with the flow. And maybe this is just because this made me laugh. By the way, there's another Arsenio Hall reference.
Yeah, shout out. We should do like a counter.
Ding!
Yeah.
I also love the bilingual rap translation. He says, "What's menage a trois?" Sorry, what's menage a trois? Or, that is, what is sex when you have 3 people?
Mhm.
He literally translates himself. He's like, in case you don't understand French, this is what it means. And when I heard that, I just started laughing. I'm like, he pauses his flow and takes a second
Yeah,
out.
like, I'm gonna explain this to you.
Yeah, to translate a thing you should definitely know. No one, you don't have to know French. We're not saying that. We're not ever suggesting that. But it's the term for
We're
threesome.
gonna bash
you don't
the
wanna
French
be obvious. Europe, you're never free.
Europe.
But actually, Europeans love bashing the French.
Oh yeah, we'll get along great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make up for the Poland comment in the last video. I don't know how you guys feel about Poland.
Don't worry, they don't have internet. So yeah, I have it at tier 2.
Yeah, I said tier 1. I guess we just switched Skypager and what.
Yeah.
None of them are, bad, but it's just...
They're not classics.
Yeah. But classic.
Classic.
The last song on the album.
Scenario.
Yes. Number 14.
Tier 3.
Yeah, a lot of tier 3. Like,
Yeah.
really very high.
Um,
I don't like it as much as Buggin Out, but
no,
it's the second.
there's another Arsenio Hall mention. That's the most important thing. He
Arsenio.
was a big guy.
This is amazing PR for Arsenio. You better like this and like share this. Like this is the best thing that's happened to his career in years.
Decades, really.
Decade, yeah.
They do call and response really well. I've noticed throughout the album and again here. 2 lines that I like because I'm a sucker for a good joke.
Mhm. I like jokes. Are you telling jokes? Family Guy.
Brothers Front, they say that Tribe can't flow, but we've been known to do the impossible like Broadway Joe. That's a great line.
It is.
And then...
Oh, it's 5-2, isn't it?
Yeah, and then another one. Again, I'm immature. I'm all that and then some, tall, dark, and handsome, bust a nut inside your eye so you can see where I'm coming from.
5.
And then This is my favorite gimmick in rap. It's when an accomplished group or semi-accomplished group or a couple of veterans are on a song, and then they end. The last verse is the rookie.
Shout out! I put that too. I wrote it down. Shout out to Busta Rhymes. Busta
Killed it.
Busta.
And like all the
My
lines,
boy.
all the lines you hear people like quoting.
Yeah.
Him, like rah rah. That's just all right
Yeah,
here.
I know.
It's like, do you remember when Nicki Minaj hopped on Monster?
Yeah, I did the rah rah.
And then,
I got Dungeon Dragon.
but also just slaughtered everything, despite like a really good Jay-Z verse. She had clearly the best. That's Busta doing that here. They give him an extra like 30 seconds, and he just goes wild. And he's the same guy he's always been. Same voice at 19.
Yeah. I was gonna say that for the last thing where I was like,
He always sounds like 28.
Yeah. Busta.
Yeah.
Good man, you did good. Yeah.
I love that.
Like you said with Fife's verse. Fife has this uncanny ability to be like, oh, this is gonna be the best song on the album. Better have an amazing verse. Like Buggin' Out in this, his verses are like far and above like anything else. Like it's so quotable. It's so what you think of Tribe Called Quest lyrics.
I'm so glad he finally contributes on this album. Because the last one.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah.
Such a great addition, using another member of the group.
Yes, and him being good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
a good thing. Yeah, love this song, and they were actually hip to it because they put this out as a single. They had a video for it a year after the album, so they probably realized, oh hey, everyone is saying I love this song. Let's make a video for it and push that. Which I would think, because it didn't sell well, this album, so I would think that this was a huge reason why. I mean, because with the singles going into Midnight Marauders, why that album was such a huge smash hit and sold so well.
Well, they went gold in '92, the year after,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was maybe after the single.
Yeah, this is like November, I think I saw on my Wikipedia research.
What I found interesting is this album went platinum in '95 and Marauders went platinum in '95.
Even though Marauders was released in '94.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it still went platinum in '95. Yeah. So I think they helped each other.
Yeah, it's kind of like
because they probably bought both.
It's like Definitely Maybe and What's the Story Morning Glory for Oasis.
That's where the Where Do You Get Off bit comes from. Good old Liam. No, wait, the good one.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
talented
no,
one.
Liam's the hip one right now.
Yeah, but the good one.
Yeah, Liam's cool.
Yeah, but the good one.
It's got a new album, actually. I'm gonna check it out.
Oh, cool.
I haven't seen the documentary yet either. I want to see that. It actually looks sick. Because after Noel's Supersonic was so good, I would hope that Liam's is much like his career, not half as good. Yeah, I love this song. Also, gang vocals. I guess that's the hit to having a.
Sometimes it works, and then when they're just shouting it, it doesn't.
Yeah, but on this one it definitely does.
It definitely does.
Sounds mega.
Here we go, yeah.
Like I said about Fife, and this is the fourth instant classic for me on one album, which is amazing. For right now, probably is this like the first classic album of modern rap? Like this can be considered none of the '80s stuff. This actually sounds.
I don't really consider this modern rap.
It's not super outdated.
No, but I'd also have to look up what came out when. When did Pac and Biggie drop? Because I know
they're 2 years later. '93 is when.
I think one of them had an album in '92. It was good.
Maybe
but I could be
92,
wrong.
I mean, Pac had Pac didn't become Pac until '95.
But the thing here is that it's just I don't know. It's still '80s a bit to me.
It is, but it's the change. It's not frickin'. I don't even know why I censored myself.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not Beastie Boys rap or something.
No.
No.
So it's Paul's Boutique.
Yeah. Paul's Boutique. Overrated.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this with Buggin' Out, check the rhyme, and for me, not so much for you, Jazz. Yeah. This is classics. Just line up of classic songs for rap, and it's the perfect ending to an amazing album.
And the perfect ending to an amazing video is for you to hit the like and the subscribe button.